I really think at the end of the day, this team will 100% be our champion. What's on, guys? Jay Hoyd back with you today. Welcome back to some more NHL content. We are here on Monday afternoon, 2-ish hours before the NHL playoffs start. I wanted to get my predictions in for the playoffs this year. We're finally down to our top 16 teams in the league. And I'm excited, right? I cannot believe that some of these teams are facing off in the first round. Like, it's truly incredible. So here we are on your screen. We're on ESPN. This is the easiest kind of bracket I've found to fill out as far as a video went without just having a graphic and trying to like Microsoft Paint the different logos over the rest of the bracket. So here we are. Let's start with the Eastern Conference, right? It's actually on our left, which is kind of unusual. Usually the West is on the right, or the West is on the left, excuse me. So let's start. Atlantic Division, we have the Bruins versus the Panthers. So unfortunately, we don't have the, before there was like a little like box that compared the two of like, it was like goals for, goals against, like power play percentages, penalty kill, like all that fun stuff. But if I click on preview, it actually takes me to a separate screen and it gives me like every single possible piece of information you could ever imagine. And honestly, it might be a little too much. So we're going to kind of go with this screen and this screen only. So, you know, a lot of the times my picks have been really statistical based. This one, we're all going on gut feeling. Straight up gut feeling. Now, Bruins and Panthers, right? Bruins by far our best team in the league. What they finished with, like 63 wins, 62 wins, 63 wins, something like that. The President's Trophy. You just had a team that was just completely on fire, like all year long. They have the depth, they have the goaltending, they have the superstars. I mean, they have everything you could possibly want. Panthers, on the other hand, a team that, I don't know, they're not like high, like really high in my book right now. Even though they did okay this year, I just feel like the Bruins are just too good to not pick them, right? Boston's like notorious with the playoffs and they know how to win. So we got to pick Boston, right? As far as a game count, let's go. I mean, like first thing was like 4-0 sweep, but maybe the Panthers steal a game. So let's go 4-1. I could definitely see 4-0. Yeah, Boston Bruins 4-0, 4-1, one of the two. Second matchup, Maple Leafs versus Lightning. Now, somehow the Toronto Maple Leafs got the second seed and the Lightning got the third seed. Not exactly sure how that happened, but we all know Toronto in the playoffs, right? We all know what they do. Is this the year they could possibly make a run and move on to the second round for the first time in how long was it? Like, way too long? We're going to go with Tampa Bay, right? We got to see it continue. I don't know what it is about the Maple Leafs, but that team just does not know how to move on to the second round. Like, just I just don't know. All right, so we got to go with the Lightning. They know how to get it done, and it feels like every year they get rid of, like, a couple of, like, bigger name pieces, and then they still end up doing really well. Like, I just don't understand it, right? They get rid of Palat, they get rid of Tyler Johnson, and somehow they're still good. They, get rid of Goudreau. They get Nick Paul in out of nowhere, like, and then somehow they're still good, and I don't understand it. But Lightning, this one, game count. This one could be a little closer. Let's go with 4-2, 4-1, 4-2. We'll say 4-2 as the official guess, but 4-2. All right, I don't know why I'm scrolling because we can't actually see more than this. So down to the Metro now, we have a very interesting first matchup. The Carolina Hurricanes versus the New York Islanders. Although we're in New York, I'm not feeling too hot with the Islanders. Like, one of those teams that you just don't really have much confidence in. I'm going to be honest. Hurricanes, on the other hand, they seem to be doing everything right. Although they don't really have a lot of what you'd call superstar players, they're just solid all around, and they just seem to be good. Right? So we got to go with Hurricanes. As far as a game count, let's hit up another 4-2. 4-2? Yeah, let's go 4-2. Hurricanes win that one 4-2. Let's go with that. Then we have the Battle of the New York, New Jersey, I guess, if you will, rivalry across the river. I'm not very good with geographical locations. The Devils and Rangers. Now, I was so hard on the Devils and what they were doing, but then finally they got to the point where Hughes, Heischer, I don't think Holtz has really done much of anything, but Mercer, their defensive core, they have goaltenders that can finally win games, and they seem to have a pretty decent defense now, and they're really good offensive young players, and it just seems like they finally figured it out in New Jersey. But the Rangers, on the other hand, they got a Hall of Famer on that, a future Hall of Famer on that team, Patrick Kane. They also got Tarasenko. They got the young guns. They got a solid defensive core. They got Shesterkin in net. What else could you possibly want if you're the Rangers, right? I feel like the Devils are going to have their time, but I feel like the Rangers will edge this one out. I feel like this could be a really good series, but I feel like in the end, the Rangers will come out on top. Let's go Game 7 for that one, right? All 7 games. Game 7. So we got Bruins Lightning. That I feel like that's a strong pick there. Hurricanes Rangers. I guess you can call the Rangers an upset. Not by much, but I guess you call it an upset. Over to the Western Conference. We're going to try to go a little bit quicker here. The Avalanche versus the Kraken. Now, the Kraken, oh my goodness, did everyone completely shit all over this organization last year and say, obviously the big comparison was going to be them versus Vegas. And to see what they could do in their first year as a team, and they were awful. But then they get some good draft picks in there. They figure it out, through a bunch of changes, trades, signings, whatever it may be. Especially the draft was big for them with Beniers and future, Shane Wright and whoever else they have that are young players. They definitely have a pretty bright future with those players there. The Avalanche, on the other hand, they are missing their captain, Gabriel Landeskog. He was already announced that he's going to miss the entirety of the playoffs, so he'll probably be back maybe next year. But the Avalanche are good for a reason, right? Kraken, if they can, keep this up, they might, again, kind of like a Devils. I think they'll step behind the Devils as far as, they're going to get there. But the Avalanche, they know how to win. They just won it. They got to do it, right? They got to do it. Next matchup, Stars versus Wild. Now, this one kind of could be a toss-up for me, with both these teams doing pretty well. I'm not really familiar with these two teams, much of anything, I should say, as far as, familiar. Let's go with the Stars, right? Stars versus Avalanche. We'll go to the 2 top seeds there. The Pacific Division. The Golden Knights, where are they? I point always the wrong way. The Vegas Golden Knights, we're going to go with them regardless, because we got to predict them to win, right? Jets could put up a fight. Oh, I didn't even mention games. Let's go Avalanche 4-1, Stars 4-2. Let's just go with that. Golden Knights versus Jets. Let's go 4-1. Vegas, let's see. They got injuries back. Their goaltender situation's kind of uncertain. Is Theodore back in the lineup? I don't remember. But Mark Stone's back. But how much of an impact is he going to make coming off back surgery? Their defensive core, I know White Cloud is kind of questionable. I don't know if Theodore's back. Their forward lines are kind of still, figuring themselves out with injuries and the new people coming in, the young players and everything. Goaltenders, I think Brossoit is kind of the leading guy right now to be in net. It's either going to be him or Quick, because I don't think Thompson or Hill are ready. And obviously Leonard's not playing. So, they got, 5 goalies I think that played this year. So, I think Brossoit's the guy. But if everyone's healthy and in there, they've been looking really solid. So, I can't obviously go against them. Where are they? Right there. Can't go against them. Next matchup, Oilers versus Kings. There's only one of these teams that has a guy named Connor McDavid. And in case you haven't heard of said Connor McDavid, he is I would say, one of the only players in recent history or that has the young talent enough that could challenge some of the legends of the game for records. He had, 153 points, I think it was, 60-plus goals. I think it was 63 goals and however many assists that is. I mean, him, Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins had a career year. I mean, you got Evander Kane there. You got a defensive core that's doing it. I mean, only one of them has Connor McDavid. I got to go with them. Like, he's too good of a player to not win in the playoffs. Like, he's too good. Him and Draisaitl, that dynamic duo, got to have him there. We'll jump back to the East, though. We're down to 8. Got to go quick here. Bruins versus Lightning should be an absolute banger of a series. But I feel like right now, Boston is, I don't want to say untouchable, but they are very, very hard to beat right now. Lightning, they've had their day. I think it's going to be a good matchup. But I feel like at the end of the day, Boston's going to win. Plain and simple, I think they're going to win. Next matchup, we talk about these teams all day too. It's like these are solid teams. Obviously, they're in the final 16 for a reason. Hurricanes versus Rangers. I'm trying to think of like the recent history with like which one of these teams could be better. And I'm trying to also think like who could compete with Boston and possibly give them a run for their money. And I'm feeling almost Carolina in this one, but we're going to go with the Rangers. So we've got to go with the hometown, sort of hometown faithful in the Rangers, right? Got to give them some kind of something here. Next, we got the Avalanche versus the Stars. Again, could be a really good matchup. We're going to go with the Avalanche, right? I feel like they can definitely be a good team here. Definitely in the playoffs. They know how to win. They've won before. Without their captain, though, someone's got to lead the way. Is that McKinnon? Who knows? Next matchup, you already know. Even though they have Connor McDavid on the other side, I feel like the Knights are just more rounded, more depth-heavy, and will compete a full game rather than just have McDavid run the show against them. So we're going to pick Vegas, right? We got to put Vegas in there somewhere. Because after talking to a bunch of people are saying Vegas has a really good chance to get back to the Stanley Cup final. Like, a really good chance. We're down to 4. Bruins, Rangers, Avalanche, Golden Knights. Let's start with the East. You know, we've been hyping this team up all year long. There's a reason they have 63 wins or whatever it was on the season. There's a reason they're breaking records. There's a reason why they're the favorite heading into the playoffs. That's got to be the Boston Bruins. They're too good right now. Just way too good to not make it far and to not make it to the finals. Who are they going to go against? I'm going to go with one of the guys I talked to recently. I think it was Saturday, a couple days ago. He said he had Vegas versus Bruins. I feel like I'm going to copy that. Vegas versus Bruins in the Stanley Cup final. Who's going to take it? I mean, I want to pick the Bruins as a serious prediction. But we can't go against our team in the Bruins, right? We can't go against them. Bonus here, how many total goals will be scored by the champions in the 23 Stanley Cup playoffs? I don't know. So in the whole playoffs, is that what they're asking? Will be scored by the champions in the 23 playoffs. So let's see. We got, let's just say 3 goals a game. Let's just say average 3 goals a game, 3 goals a game. Times 6, 12. Let's just say 24. Let's go 42. So that's my final bracket. Hopefully I didn't make it too crazy. We try not to just do all the top seeds. But I feel like this could be good, right? The Bruins, you got to put them at the end. They're, again, too good to not be there. You know, Vegas has a really good chance of being there as well, right? Top of the Pacific. They've been playing well. They're getting some injured players back. You know, I feel like this is a solid bracket. And You know, although, like, even if you had, like, a throw up, like, for somehow, if, like, Toronto would make it on to the second round, like, I think I'd still pick the Bruins there. Like, anyone against the Bruins, I feel like I would have, you know, picked the Bruins. So, it's tough. You know, obviously, it's a bracket for a reason. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. Everyone's going to have a different approach to how the final bracket's going to look at the end. This is how mine looks. You know, as a serious pick, I'm going to go with the Bruins. But as a, I do it again, the Vegas fan I am, got to go with the Golden Knights, right? They have a good chance, but against the Bruins, it's going to be a hard matchup. Let's go 7 games. Let's make it an absolute banger of a final. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below if you haven't yet, or if you're brand new here, make sure to subscribe, turn post notifications on so you never miss an upload, and don't forget, you can always change your mind later. With all that being said, guys, we'll see you in the next one.
In the shadows.